Alright, if you've been following the recent PvZ happenings, you've probably heard of an individual that goes by the name Dartix. If not, please go to Petrifying's expose video on him. It perfectly describes him as a person, but update! Guess what? He struck that video down! Alright, later in the vid, I'm gonna mention more about this. But mark my words, this won't go unnoticed. I was in that vid too, without knowing him that well. I knew he was a complete cuck, but boy oh boy, did the truth reveal its face so much more in the aftermath. Today, I, PvZ, will tell you just how bad this guy is. With the newfound information, there's plenty to go through, so get comfy. Also expect this vid to have more dislikes than usual, mostly because of the mindless children that follow him, but I'll get into that later. Now, get some Keemstar brand popcorn and enjoy the oh so sweet drama. First look at Dartix's channel will reveal you to the fact that he is a Garden Warfare type Let's Play YouTuber. Nothing special. But what you will often find in his content is him screaming for no reason, and getting salty every time he loses, overreacting and having a tantrum. I mean, not like other YouTubers don't do that too, but trust me, this is especially bad. What is especially obnoxious about Dartix here is the fact that he goes so salty for people killing him that he threatens to attack them via his fan base. You do not do that. And even then, you're angry because people who play the game target you so much that you need to send your small army of mindless children? The point of the game is to kill other players. That's the point of FPS games. So you're potentially sending raids on people for playing the game? What is wrong with you? Stop getting your ego in a twist. Huh. Speaking of ego. Alright, you absolutely cannot mention Dartix without mentioning his enormous ego. That is the real thing plaguing his whole existence. Dartix is known to put himself on top of everyone, always. He is king, and you are all worthless peasants. Hell, it even went to the extent of him calling himself the community representative, which was later ironically disproven by PopCap themselves. But then you'd ask, alright PvZ, but how is he harming anyone by doing that? Oh, I'll tell you how. You see, he only has 600 subs and thinks of himself as the leader of the PvZ community. But not only that, oh no, ladies and gentlemen, he himself admitted that he hates the PvZ community. So what we have here is a hate-hate relationship with the representative and the rest of the community. I'm sorry, but even if he was the self-proclaimed representative, this could never work. Especially because of the fact that most of the redditors of PvZ hate him as well. His ego also gets in the way of any kind of arguments or reason to him. So don't even try to talk to him rationally, you won't get anywhere. He also often refers to people by kid or boy, to prove himself as the superior, I guess. But if anything, taking one look at him will disprove that whole argument. But I digress. If you see Dartix in the comment section of this vid getting salty, cause I know you will, he'll most probably refer to anyone that disagrees with him as kid. Other than that, his ego provides him an extra ability. No shame! He will literally threaten to copyright strike your vid for using his clips, which is complete BS. But, you know, if he can't beat you in arguments, he can try kicking you in the balls with a strike. You can see how much dignity he has. If anything, in this whole mess, I pity his fans the most. He treats his fans like actual trash. Tying into his ego, he respects no one but himself. If you go on his Discord server, you are guaranteed to be hit with either him acting like a cuck, or pings every second because you must by all means be notified every time he breathes. And then we get to the worst part. Donations. You see, Dartix not only does horrible content, but continuously asks to be paid for it. Now, take me for an example. I'm making music and entire worlds, which is hell lot of work, and I do it as a hobby of mine. Not once in my 4 years on YouTube did I ask for any payment. Now, don't get me wrong, asking for donations in itself is nothing wrong. If people like your content, they're gonna donate. But the thing is, Dartix pushes it so hard on everyone it's sickening. And for some reason, he still has loyal fans. How? Don't ask me. And even those people he regularly insults and treats poorly. But some people have fortunately decided to tell their experiences with Dartix after Pet, PHN797 and I made the first vid. And that brings me to... Now, we have plenty of stories from people coming out on how Dartix was disrespecting them. Let's read them, shall we? Hi, I saw your Dartix video and I agree. I will tell you the whole story of me and him. Everything started when I joined his game. He was inviting and he was completely fine until he said to a kid to kill himself while he raged. I didn't even care. I joined Team Supremos. At that time it was called Team Dartix. I thought it would be a normal team. He started to make fun of me and being racist. A lot of people like Joe and Shocks told me to leave the team because it's bad. People starting to hate me and blocking me. A few months later, I realized that Dartix was a bad person. He called me a cunt, baguette boy and a dickhead. After all of his insults, I gave him many chances, but he ruined them all. And I left Team Supremos and he started to hate me because I left. I started saying to Moshterix to leave because it's bad. Luxury and Kratix realized they should believe me before, so they left too. Dartix starting to talk shit on Luxury, but for Kratix it was too far. He said that her boyfriend is a pedophile and he told her in Snapchat that he will come to her house and kill her and her family. She ran away from home until she found out that it was fake. He also said the N-word to my friend Scootis, and that's the story. Then we have another story from the comments saying Dartix has invited me to parties and bullied the shit out of me with his Lord LP300 friend. I have been banned from his server 4 times. He doesn't know what a joke is and he can't handle criticism. God, I could go on about him all day. And last, we have a story from my good friend Flat Kiwi, who said he joined Dartix's server and told him how he was. He told him to stop being egotistical and gave him real and solid points. He then got banned with a message "bye bye now" with an emoji. It just goes to show how cowardly and wussy this guy is. Now, I cannot know if these are true, but there are no motivations for people to be making these up, so I'm gonna take them as evidence. If my tellings weren't convincing enough, there we go. But, let's relax for a bit. Let's stop talking about his personality and inflated ego. Let's just see if he makes some unique content so we can relax. Oh, for fuck! Now, despite the title, I won't be concentrating on the show itself because it's nothing special. What I will be concentrating on, however, is Dartix once more. He again puts his show on a pedestal while PvZ Show and Hyper keep getting insulted by him. I wonder why. But then again, this is Dartix we're talking about. He has to have his ego stroked and everyone else beneath. I know I sound like I'm repeating myself, but it's just Dartix being Dartix. We need to spice it up. We gotta see him in his full salt mode. And I know just the place. now, after Pet uploaded his vid, Dartix jumped right on it to try and defend himself, and the backlash was huge. I was included, of course. I'm gonna read the entirety of the convo that happened when Dartix tried to defend himself with the help of a pal, Flat Keeley. Enjoy.
If you don't think I'm funny, fine, but my fans do. Just because you don't find it funny, that does not give you the right to take things out of context and attempt to manipulate people who watch this video. Yeah, you can dislike me and have your views, but making a video to show others is attacking me, cyberbullying, and outright not so much the PvZ community appropriate. If you also think I'm a bad person or whatever, your view here is fine. But encouraging others and manipulating people who watch this video is wrong. Seriously, leave me alone. Stop trying to attack me and my fans and team. We did nothing wrong to you but state the truth on my server. If you don't agree with me or my fans' views, then don't, but rethink your ways. Another thing, if you or Jason are much older than me, that just shows how childish and immature you both are. Uploading this alone is sad and childish. All you want is a bit of attention and recognition. Like seriously, start acting your age, you clearly don't know how to act properly on the internet. This video should not be uploaded to YouTube. I have every right to strike it for copyright. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't get taken down for harassment, cyberbullying, raiding, attacking people, spreading negativity and hatred. This also promotes drama. People will see this and start to dislike you, which is your own fault for making this video. I want you and your friend Jason and whoever else to stop hating and creating drama in the community, because if you don't, you both will end up getting a reputation for creating drama and being toxic, which you are. Now I am being nice here and not insulting. You both should know right from wrong. I hope either YouTube or you yourself remove the video and that you and Jason learn from your mistakes.
Oi, funny. I'm laughing at this. Beaster, we're trying to make the community better by removing bad things from it, and you're one of it. If you were to change your ways and act better towards your audience, then we would gladly let Petrify and delete the video. But right now you need to change into a better player and no respect. We're not targeting you in any way, shape or form. We're just stating your behavior and your statistics, and we prefer for you to change for the better right now. You're just being a mean zombie and think your algorithm is doing alright with this behavior. I'm here to tell you that it's not right for you to do this kind of stuff to players. Don't think it's wrong if I have been doing this stuff for years. I'm recommending you what is better for you and your future. Don't treat this video garbage, instead learn from it. Be better! Grabbing somebody without any identification or any conduct of details on them, and then kicking them will leave them feeling being out in the streets, and that's what you have been doing for months. All I'm saying here is to change for the better and change. This is not a way to treat new or old, and especially young audiences.
PHN979 versus zombies making this video made hate in the community towards you. You will never get rid of me. All you're doing is feeding me power and making me a bigger and better person.
Alright, this is genuine, and I appreciate that. Most of your points here do make sense to the other side, but I gotta correct you in a few parts. This is not an attack on whether or not you are funny. Humor is highly subjective and you can't change that. That's not the problem. The problem is how you treat A, the game, B, the community, and C, yourself. You playing the game and screaming is fine. All YouTubers do it. But you don't have to overreact and have a tantrum every time you die. But more importantly, what is obnoxious about you there is the fact you get so salty for people killing you that you threaten to attack them via your fanbase. You do not do that. Especially in an FPS game where the goal is to kill other players. You're threatening people for playing the game. Even if it's some kind of a sick joke, at least make it more apparent and be more self-aware in that regard. B. You treat the community like garbage, even though everyone has the problem against you for your own ego, which I'll get to later. But you so far have a hate-hate relationship which cannot work. Especially if you're the community representative, which is in itself complete BS, but the parts of the community that have to go through most crap because of you are ironically your fans. You see, you cannot act like you do on your servers to your fans. You are rude, egotistical, and careless to them, and clearly only want their money. Why they still support you, I can't possibly know. C, and lastly, the most important part, why all of this is a problem, your enormous ego. Don't pretend like it's not there, it's obvious to the naked eye. You treat yourself like a god and everyone else is below you. Everyone else is just a kid. Ironic. But to top it all off, you show no shame in that, or anything else. You will gladly strike down videos for fair use just to stroke that ego of yours some more, which is just wrong. Probably reading this, you're just thinking of how I am below you and I just want to make you look bad. And how I'm toxic and just a kid. At this point, your thought process is more predictable than a house tour. And you gotta change it if you want any respect from anyone. That's the main point. Even in the vid, we all want you to change, not go away. Only go away if it really gets out of control, which it almost has. You cannot pretend to be the victim and sweep this under the rug. Just acknowledge it, apologize, and try to better yourself. Phoenix. No, we showed evidence from you. I would be getting hate if I did something wrong. And it won't make you powerful if your numbers go down now, does it?
Whatever, this is pathetic. I know I'm right and you're wrong, so have a nice day. I'm out of this pathetic drama which you created.
Where do you think we got it from? Good! Now that you see you cannot counter anything we said with arguments, flee. And don't accept your mistakes. Yeah, just say you're right and we are wrong, then you're the bigger man. Please. You pitiful, pathetic idiot. Flee and never come back.
I'll always come back. Hate being salty, I'll be at the top of YouTube soon, kid. Stop wanking yourself off.
Haha, bullshit. Okay, I'm the one being salty. So, providing actual evidence and not just stating blank statements with no backup is being salty to you. God, you're delusional. Also, calling me kid without knowing my age. Classic. Trying to provoke me with the fact that you're just dumb enough to embarrass yourself further. And another delusion that you're gonna be on top even though you have 8 times less subs and fans than the one you're talking with. You hate your fan base and the rest of the community. Alright. Respond to me with another great and mature Dartix comeback if you're so determined to kill everyone else's kids. Can't wait to hear it.
How pathetic, you little child. Get a life and grow up, Saddle. Goodbye, you little boy.
Whatever, you joke. Ooh, from kids to boy. We're learning, Dartix. Now tell me what color is blue. Seriously though, heck off. You're more predictable than anyone on the planet. But I guess you just really like to embarrass yourself. You do it all the time on your channel, after all.
Now you're just jealous of my superior and amazing content, you obnoxious waste of space kid. Oh snap, someone's getting salty.
Your content is not even good right now. Okay, sure. Whatever strokes your ego, buddy. Also, for someone who said he's leaving 2 times, you sure aren't leaving. That again leads me to the conclusion that you're a massive hypocrite, but what do I know? I'm just a kid, right? Dude, get the heck out of here! You already lost, you egotistical piece of garbage! You make my skin crawl with how much you see around content as the best thing on planet Earth. We completely destroyed you with arguments. Also, you cannot copyright strike my video because it falls under fair use. Get out of here, you hacking small fried up egotistical piece of peas. You ain't worthy of a response. You are limited to even come back on your feet. Woo!
I think we nailed it.
After this, you may suspect why I named this section like I did. Parallels between Dartix and another notorious YouTuber can be drawn easily. After we had him cornered, he showed his true intellect, which barely rivals that of the Paul brothers. And that's saying something, because he acted exactly like them. Let's see. Obnoxious self-promoting? Check. Saying he's superior and his popularity status justifies his immoral actions? Check. Doesn't take any criticism thrown at him? Check. Keeps reusing same unvalid counter-arguments? Double hacking check. This is, again, a warning. If you see Dartix in the comments, don't even try. He can't be argued with. He is in the little world of his own. But that isn't saying he can't manipulate just as well as the polls. Let's see that in the next section. Now this is something you'll oftenly see Dartix do after the initial expose vid. He senses he's being attacked, so he tries to act all fuzzy and innocent. You know how I can see straight through it? Cause he himself gave it away. Right after I politely responded to his victim card, he went straight back to offending, which meant that he never really meant any of that. Way to get manipulated, huh? This is something Dartix now oftenly does, and I don't believe a single bit of it because he already had his redeeming chances and blew them. This is incredibly similar to what Leafy did when he got content copped. He basically did the Coffin cycle. If you don't know what that is, it's basically bullying, leading to YouTube drama, leading to shitty behavior backfiring, leading to playing victim. And guess where on that cycle he is right now? I also love the fact that he said, "They say I'm the bad one, haha no. I don't sit there stalking people, then making shit videos on attacking someone. No, you do something much worse. You go around the very game you claim you love so much, ruining it for other players completely as we saw in those stories, and not only that, but you present yourself as the main representative. Piss off. If anyone really falls into these petty victim cards, then that truly proves that his fan base is worse than it seems." Now, Dartix really blew a lot of his chances of redemption, but I'm gonna give him the last one. If he apologizes in the comments and truly starts bettering himself, I will draw everything I said in this vid. But we all know that isn't gonna happen, cause I'm just another kid, and I'm just jealous. Which, yes, was an actual argument he used against me. Ironic considering I have the fanbase 4 times larger than him. The only possible thing he can do now to stand a bit of a chance is if he said how I'm obsessed with him, or some BS. Basically what Scum did after the content cop. But even if Dartix was to do that, making a detailed and well-researched video doesn't mean I'm obsessed with you. Quite the opposite, it means that I went so far just to ruin your reputation. But after all this, you might be asking, why? Why, PMix? If he is that much smaller than you, why did you decide to make this big of a fuss about him? Simple. No matter the sub count, I want his reputation, no matter how small, to completely disappear. Which, you might be saying, but PMix, why are you bringing attention to him then? And that is one of Dartix's main arguments, that these vids just give him more exposure. Which I say too. I don't want people not to watch him, I simply want people to know who they're watching, so they can come to the conclusion of not supporting him. If anything, I want Dartix to live on. As a joke, because that's really the only thing he can continue on as. His reputation is ruined, but many quotable lines remain like, "There's 2 of them, 3 of them," which is just golden. All in all, I don't think Dartix will apologize. He is a terrible channel and an egocentric cuck, and he deserves all the backlash he gets for it. This has been PMix, thank you for watching. By the way, Dartix, yes, I know what you did with Petrifying's video. You copyright strike him because he used your content, right? Well, Dartix, are you happy? I said all that without showing one of your clips. How are you gonna strike me now, Wait, let me guess, you're gonna pull another law that contradicts fair use out of your ass. Yeah, go figure.